What's up, guys? My name's Mitchell. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm leaving from a quota hunt. I was successful this afternoon. On my way out, I've just been thinking a lot about this, and every year it comes up, so I want to discuss it. Trigger warning, this may or may not hurt your feelings, and that's okay. We're still going to have this conversation. We're going to work through it. We're going to get through it together. Today I want to talk about when you should shoot does, and I want to understand the context of kind of why people believe what they believe. I hear this all the time, especially down here in the South in Florida, that our bucks down here rut in, depending on what area of the state, but in my area of the state, they rut around the week of Thanksgiving to mid-December is like peak rut. And so that's when you want to be in the stand. And so after that, I'll hear this from a lot of people, and they'll say you should not shoot does after Thanksgiving or after Christmas, late season doe harvest. That is absolutely taboo to some people because their logic is that if you shoot a doe after the rut and that she was going to get pregnant with one, if not two, and that when you harvest them after you clean the doe, they would clean the doe, they would check her uterus, and then there would be embryo of white-tailed deer inside, obviously. And they would get real disgusted, you know, oh man, I can't believe this doe is pregnant. We killed 3 deer today. And it's never made sense to me. Because if you think about it, if you logically break it down, it doesn't matter when you kill does. And I know that's a foreign concept to some people, and some of you may hop on the computer and just destroy me in the comments, and that's fine. I'm ready to have that conversation and that dialogue, but it's never made sense to me because it doesn't matter whether you kill them in September, the first day of archery, in October with a muzzleloader, or the first day of rifle season. If you shoot that doe during archery in September, she's not going to be bred. So if you cut her open after you kill her, she's definitely not going to be pregnant, and she's not going to have twins. But she would have been pregnant had you let her live to November, when she would have gotten bred, she would have gotten pregnant, and in the spring, she would have bore offspring. So she would have produced 1, if not 2 fawns, and so your net reduction to next year's fawn crop is still the same. Whether you cut the embryo out of her in January because you had antlerless deer tags or private land tags later in the season, the same thing happens. One buck can breed 20 does and you won't see a net reduction in the fawn crop. My thing is, shoot does whenever you want, or whenever you're allowed, or whenever you need to. Some of you guys are doing quality deer management, and some of you guys have biologists working with you, and you're actively managing your herd and your herd size and your doe to buck ratio, and you need to take does because you got too many of them. By all means, shoot them. It doesn't matter logically when in the timeline that you do it. If you don't have enough deer on your property and you want more deer, don't shoot does, because your fawn crop for next year is going to be reduced, and your deer population as a whole is going to go down. So whatever you need to do for the health of your herd, do it. But don't base it on a fallacy about when you shoot it because of when or when they got pregnant. You either shot a doe that was going to get pregnant and bear offspring, or you shot a doe that was pregnant and was going to bear offspring. People are militant about it. They get really, really upset when you start talking about late season doe harvest. They'll even talk at you and tell you, how awful of a deer hunter you are and how you don't care about conservation. It's a big deal around here, and it's never, ever, ever made sense to me. Now, there is one caveat to when you should shoot does that I think is logical and I think it is coherent and makes sense. So if you don't want to shoot does early so that those does can be alive to then go into estrus around the rut and then attract bucks to your property as a living attractant, that makes total sense. I can absolutely get behind that. And I think especially if you don't have a lot of bucks in your area, if you shoot all the does during archery, you're not going to have those out of area bucks cruising, pushing does around because they're not there anymore. You've killed them all. So that absolutely makes sense. But once the rut is over, it doesn't matter. Other than that, shoot them whenever you want, or whenever is legal, I should probably say. Anywho, if you've never thought about this, let me know what you think in the comments. Again, I'm ready for whatever discussion you want to have, but we need to have this discussion because we as outdoorsmen, we don't need to bicker and fight about trivial things, especially when they don't really matter. and it doesn't really make sense to begin with. So if you think I'm full of crap, if there's something that I'm not thinking about, educate me in the comments. Otherwise, good luck with your season. Take care. God bless.